So if you go back in here, this is the separate line that runs to the rest of the house. Metered, you can see that that's all set up. This comes, there's your supply line, comes in here, which this is actually where it steps down. That would be interesting if I could take this and cut a separate line. Not necessarily to bypass the meter, but just so that I don't have a step down in pressure. But anyway, this is a shutoff valve for the sprinkler, and this is if I want to drain the line. So we can go outside and check that right now.
One on my finger. Can I bring my
Yeah. All right, here is what we are working on. And this sprinkler over here
Daddy,
is what we are trying to replace.
Daddy, out.
All right, so here's what we've got. I turned the water off inside. So now I've got this spigot, and I'm gonna put this spigot on top, provided everything is the right size and the correct threading. Here's my bucket for my testing later on.
Yep.
I'm gonna just pop this loose and drain the water out of the line. Shouldn't be a ton of, get a little bit of moisture there. That's what I get for being downwind of the sprinkler, I guess. That's righty tighty, I think. Yep. Things are upside down, I get confused. And this is just so I can take all the water and all the pressure out of the line, which we shut it off inside so you can see the pressure's dropping down. There has to be a good reason that all of this is designed in the way that it is. That the top's got the certain valve and the bottom's. Ben, the guy that was in charge of building this, I'm sure had some solid logic for why he did what he did. That's way too big. That's what I was going to say. I wanted to know, I must need a reducer or something for this, because that's definitely a 1-inch line. So I guess that means I'm going back to Lowe's to get myself, because this is a 3/4 inch fitting. Definitely a 1-inch fitting versus a 3/4 inch fitting, and I'll have to go find a step down there and see what they've got. This is how every project goes. Back from Lowe's, got a 1/2 inch heavy duty brass hose bib fitting, and now we're gonna head back over here and see if it fits. All I'm really trying to do at this point is just get something fitted so that I can figure out what the water supply out of this actually is. Well, as they say, the third time is the charm. This time I actually brought the pipe fittings with me so that I could confirm that things were the right size. So now we're gonna go over here and hook that up and figure out what I already am pretty sure that I know. This is my pressure gauge, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna hook up this pipe fitting down here and then hook this up to the pressure gauge and figure out how much pressure we've got so that we can figure out what our zones look like. So basically what'll happen is I'm gonna bring my supply down here. It's gonna have a zone box here for this area, and that'll supply this zone, which will probably be maybe 1 or 2 zones, which will go this full side yard. And then that'll also run back here, and that'll supply this entire area. And then I think based on how everything's done, I'm gonna have to run supply here all the way across, up that other side to the front yard over there, because I'm not gonna go underneath the entire thing over here. So Jackson is convinced that we didn't get the right fitting. So let's take a look here and see if he's correct or not. You twist that one.
Twist that one.
This one's set. It's nice. tight.
Yeah.
Pretty tight. For this, we're going to use this. Don't want it super tight, but we are going to bring it around. Should be good. Let's go. Let's go turn the water on.
Let's
See how many buckets we got.
okay. Daddy, can we touch?
Okay, we got the water turned on inside. Nice thing is we don't have water coming out where we don't want it to. A pressure gauge right here.
Yep. That's where it goes.
Pressure gauge gets threaded on. Can't see it. We got our handy dandy set of pliers. Oh, geez. Oh, these things are the worst. Let's use these channel locks. Bring the old girl around. There we go. And then here we go. Lefty loosey upside down. Whoa! That looks like I have 60.
Tiny. Yep.
Looks like we have 60 psi. And it is kind of fluctuating a little bit there.
You're supposed to say ready, Teddy.
I know. Okay, so here we are nice and close in here, and you can see that we are, it's clearly upside down, but 60 psi. That's my lefty loosey. I go back righty tighty. That's not going to reduce the pressure.
You said ready, Teddy, Daddy.
I did. And we're going to take this off now, which is interesting. I want to take this, put it on a regular hose bib, and see what the pressure at the house is. Here's one of the normal hose bibs on the house. You can see that the lawn is a complete and utter disarray. I don't have a timer on this one, but I'm curious, when we pop this on here, what type of pressure reading we get. This is harder to do one-handed than you would think. There we go.
Daddy.
Just be quiet. Okay. No. Same reading, 60 pounds per square inch. Curious if the flow rate is any different on these, but I would guess that the flow rate on the other one's almost exactly.
Ah, got me!
So, okay. Now we're gonna go back over to the other side and get that going. I'm gonna turn this irrigation on while we're messing around with the other stuff. Okay, next step, we're gonna get this hose just based on where it's located, thread it. Oh, no, we're not. I think I cut off the other end of this hose when I was trying to make a siphon. So we gotta go find the other end of that hose and connect that to this.
Okay, Caitlin.
Yeah, it's cut.
Yeah, my dad.
Okay, so
I'll put it right here.
new hose. That connected nicely. Then I'm literally gonna count in my head. See how quickly this fills up. Jackson. Not a ton of flow there. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So
I got
I
them.
got you. So I would say somewhere around 10 gallons per minute. So let's see, we're at 10 gallons.
Touch it, Daddy.
I hear you. 10 gallons per minute.
Can we touch it, Daddy?
10 gallons per minute with a pressure of 60 psi. So now let's go inside, get on a computer, and start doing some calculations to figure out what exactly we can do for different zones and how much they can cover. Well, I'm running both of these, and these are off of different spigots. So, not for lack of water pressure, man. Like, these are just cruising, but I'm curious if I were to put, say, sprinkler head, sprinkler head, sprinkler head, sprinkler head down there and have that be one zone on this half. And then on this side have some, 1, 2, 3 center ones, and then corner, 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 and edge there to see what exactly that would do. Now, like this whole row, I'm pretty sure I can get pop-up circular ones that'll just run down this, and I should be able to pull them all the way down. I'd be interested to see what I got to do to go underneath that piece of sidewalk down there at that end. I don't think it'd be super terrible to do to dig underneath that, but this is about to get me real wet. Anyway, let's go design something. So I'm very much into experimenting at the moment. So I've got my water supply here. I know that I'm getting approximately 10 gallons of flow per minute. I've also got 60 PSI. I did some assessments, I think with Rainbird's online thing. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna install my first zone here. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my water supply there, put a zone box there. For now, I'm not gonna put anything fancy. I'm just gonna put a spigot where I can turn it on and off. Throw in some PVC Schedule 40 in there. I don't think I'm gonna use any of that flex pipe. I'm gonna go look and see how much the cost is and figure it out. And then I'm gonna run that down this zone. I'm gonna dig it with a shovel. Probably swear a lot in that process, but maybe not. The thing I probably need to do is just soften this all up with some water. I'll probably do that, in fact, while I'm gone. Get that going. Make the digging a little bit easier. It's not super muddy, but I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna really start, once I've got that supply done, I'm gonna think about this back here and where I wanna put that manifold box, because I think this needs to be 2 zones back here. And so the question is, do I want the manifold box over here by this spigot so I can go out to a zone and back to a zone and just take one supply around the corner. And then lastly, the big one, the front has to go all the way up, all the way around that side of the house back out to the front main area, because my water supply is here and it's blocked by the driveway. So we're gonna go get the truck and we're gonna get moving, and I'm gonna start dropping some water here to make digging a little bit easier. Yeah, so here's my sketch so far, which you can see I've got my zone down here, 2 different manifold boxes here, another manifold box over here, but it's kind of where we're at right now, and I'm just trying to get everything figured out. I'm gonna go buy some parts. So we're picking up some supplies, and Jackson is making sure that I have accurately counted the total number of supplies that we are picking up. So great opportunity for a 4-year-old to count a little bit. Okay, not that this is the end of the world, but the last probably 30 minutes have convinced me that whatever apparatus that they rent that's a trencher, I'm 100% gonna rent for the rest of this, because this isn't that bad. Digging is actually really easy, and I just flipped everything out. I'm gonna flip it back in. But man, it's not what I would call fun. Anyway, things are coming along. Well, there you go. Hand dug trench, 8 inches deep or more, full length here. And she's got a 90 down here. I think I'm gonna need to, well, it's not true, because I want to take it the opposite direction down there. So I legit tomorrow I'm just gonna rent a trencher and see if I can knock all that out. So I'll trench this thing the whole way down, trench it around the house. It's more like I'll just stub in all the supply lines, and then off of the supply lines, you know, then I'll pull out all the different zones and stuff like that. But if I can get the main trunk installed, and wreck my lawn a little bit, but one step forward, 2 steps back.